A storm is brewing for the Rainies as they take on their greatest off-grid challenge. Missouri homesteaders Richard and Cheyenne live in fear.
It's scary. It's very scary.
Marty's racing against the clock to bury a concrete storm shelter deep into their hillside.
Hey, tell me what to do.
Right there, yeah.
But the Rudolphs sleep in a fragile cabin, and last night's storm has pushed Cheyenne's terror through the roof.
It's super close sounding, and I'm scared there might be a tornado.
I've had to rethink this whole storm shelter idea. Hey guys, we're leaving here in 48 hours. And we've heard you say that even since we've built it, you didn't quite feel comfortable here.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's still scary.
all right, here's the idea. That section of your house that goes that way, I'm thinking about taking a chainsaw and cutting that right off of the main building. So we'll move that section of your house and we'll move it right to here, under the idea that you could actually live in this and definitely sleep in this. It's your call, okay? So that you can sleep at night this far away from the best storm shelter in Missouri. I'm not gonna push you.
If you don't want to, say it.
Honestly, I think it's too much of a risk. If it does go catastrophically wrong, which is high potential, then unless I want to just go.
Let's give you a moment.
Yeah, well, and no pressure. Put your hand in. See, you always get the last say. All right.
Okay? What do you want to do?
I don't know. I'm looking at the risk.
But does that risk outweigh what we can have if it works? If we can take our bedroom off and put it here, I do think that it'd be good. I think it would help us.
What do you want to do?
We're the family that dropped into the other house. Now we're saying.
How do you know I didn't plan that?
Who cares if you did or didn't? And now we're asking them to chainsaw their house in half and move it to a new location.
Okay, so I think we've come to a decision.
Let's do it. I've seen what they can do. So if they say they can do it, I'm gonna trust them. That's simple. You get what you want. I trust them.
You're both on board.
Yeah, let's do it.
Please get everything in that room moved into that section of the house. That's the first step. That's the start. I'll get the excavator.
Dad, what's the plan?
We're gonna go all the way around that house like this.
What's this for?
This will go dead center over the top and use it as a spreader bar. Take it out.
Marty plans to slice the Rudolph's bedroom off the main cabin. He'll then wrap it in chains and use a long tree as a spreader bar. In theory, this will distribute the weight evenly and reduce the risk of collapse. The whole structure must then survive the 100-foot drive to its new home attached to the storm shelter.
All right, I think this is dumb. If it works, that's
emotional because
if it's dumb and it works, is it still dumb?
I love it.
Yes, but we've had so much bad luck here. We might get away with it. We might luck out this time.
This is the hardest decision I think I've ever had to make, besides moving here.
This couple doesn't have a lot of money. In fact, probably the biggest thing they own is this cabin here in the woods of Missouri. I need a hammer, please. Now, I've told them I'm going to take a chainsaw to it and move it 100 feet to another location.
That ain't normal. You don't move your house like this? You know, when you want to move your house, you don't cut it in half with a chainsaw and move it with an excavator? What's wrong with you? Okay, the ceiling's trying to collapse. Hold
Is it?
on.
We don't want it falling. I'd tell you a joke about a roof, but it'd be over your head.
Our biggest worry was the part we're taking isn't structurally sound, and when we go to move it, it's going to collapse. and that basically almost happened. So now we're sharing it up with some 2x4s, putting in all these bracing and trying to keep it in one piece so we can move it in one piece.
The wooden bracing strengthens the structure. Allowing Marty one final attempt.
Yeah! You couldn't have gotten any more perfect. Your cut as straight as an arrow.
It's hard to see your lips with that scarf on. You gonna rob a bank or move a house?
You're perfect.
Throw this to Missy, because I'm not going to be able to.
Watch out, Missy.
If it's not braced properly, the whole thing can crumble down, right? This is a really bad idea, and if it wasn't really back then, it's what my wife wants, we wouldn't be doing it.
Check this out.
Just wrapping this house up in a neat little bow. Gonna gift it to Cheyenne and Richard.
Slack.
All in one piece.
I'm hoping that this all works. And that I'm not gonna lose my house completely. And that the first time I have a final say in what happens on this homestead isn't in vain.
Coming up,
God, what a miracle this works.
Moment of truth.
the make or break cabin move enters its final crucial phase.
Here we go.
Build hair's immunity to damage with Pantene's nutrient-rich formulas. It's like superfood for your hair, preventing up to 90% of future damage. For hair that can take it on, Pantene.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for him, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. Become a member. Get an insurance quote today.
Build hair's immunity to damage with Pantene's nutrient-rich formulas. It's like superfood for your hair, preventing up to 90% of future damage. For hair that can take it on, Pantene.
Wholehearted is packed with high-quality ingredients to give me energy. Without it, I would have never found this.
Petco, the health and wellness company.
Stuff goes wrong right
In an
now.
attempt to save Missouri homesteaders from violent tornadoes, Marty Rainey is about to slice their home in half.
Give me a chain.
The problem with an idea like this out here on our homestead is we don't have the proper straps. It's just cowboying and cobbling cable and chains. So it's 100% cowboy. And we're rolling the dice with Cheyenne and Richard's home.
Which do you think is more devastating? An F5 tornado or Hurricane Rainy?
Been waiting for that one for a long time.
Well, about 20 seconds. Richard liked it.
After 7 days of stress,
You okay?
danger trees, massive moves, and killer storms, the future of the Rudolph's homestead lies entirely in the hands of Marty Rainey.
Moment of truth.
In an all-or-nothing move,
Taking the chainsaw and cutting that section right off of your house, and we'll move it right to here.
success will erase the real and present fear of tornadoes. Failure will leave the Rudolphs homeless.
We need to move.
God, what a miracle if this works. The whole entire weight of this section of the house is going to be on these chains, which are wrapped around this log. Worst case scenario, we just implode this whole thing and smash it together like a crushed can. Here we go. See movement. It's dangling right now from the tractor.
I'm actually impressed that it's off the ground like that, and it hasn't crumbled yet.
If it really starts swinging around, this whole thing could still crush.
What's behind me?
It's clear. Go slow.
All right. How far back?
I would turn.
Would you?
Right now.
Would you? And smash into the
Just the tracks. Just start turning the tracks.
The homestead is an obstacle course for Marty to complete. One sudden jolt, and the internal bracing will give way, collapsing the bedroom into firewood.
This is a really bad idea. I've seen how this was constructed, and frankly, the whole thing can crumble down. Hold up.
Why? Scott!
Why?
He's not gonna make this.
You need Scott.
He's not gonna make it.
No, he'll make it. Just lift it up, Dad.
That's just scary.
There you go, right there.
Good. Keep coming.
Matt, am I gonna
Keep
get
doing
it?
that, stop with that side, Matt!
Come on!
Go real slow.
That's scary.
Got it! I gotta spin it!
Hey, Dad, you got 10 feet. You're gonna pivot.
Oh, we're swinging!
We're doing it. Just keep on coming.
There's no more lift.
You don't need it.
I'm at a weird angle. I gotta come straight in. I don't have it.
Marty's last major hurdle is to land the cabin on the foundation without it collapsing.
All right, guys. We gotta push this.
Pay attention!
All right, keep going.
Please tell me the reveal.
I am a foot.
I have about 3 inches.
Coming down. It's gonna be perfect. Here it comes. Look at that. How's it look?
It's in there.
You miraculously have it perfectly in line with the storm shelter on this wall.
Get those chains loose. Unchain my heart.
It is in place finally. I'm happy about that.
That is actually really impressive. I did not think that place would hold up.
That's awesome, Dad.
Day one, Marty was telling me how unstructurally sound that whole place is, and then he's like, hey, but I want to cut it up and move it. And miraculously, they pulled it off.
Good job, Dad.
No,
That's some
no,
good driving.
no. Good job, everybody. Look in it.
No
Look
way,
in
that
it.
was
Can you guys
awesome.
look in there? How's it look?
That's awesome.
This is the safest bedroom, living quarters in Missouri. You agree? Yes or no?
I do. Yes,
Okay.
I do. I'm glad that it all worked out and that we have somewhere like 10 times